Okay, we are back with the same topic, environmental pollution. So we are in a TY.B.Sc Zoology Semester 1, Paper 4, Environmental Biology. Here we are discussing syllabus topic 3, Chapter 3, Environmental Pollution. In earlier part, we have discussed the basic terminology of what is pollution, what is pollutant, what do you mean by the water pollutions, air pollutions. So in continuation with that, today we'll see here what is land pollution. One more point is we have separate topic to discuss as a land pollution. So here we just take a review and introduction of land pollution. So here you can see the example photograph of what is land pollutions. Now where this material will go, it will remain there on a land only, and this land is then become a not usable. Or if someone want to use this land again, they have to collect all this garbage and throw on another land. So somehow it will going to occupy some part of a land, and that is what is the land pollutions. Unavailability of land, normal natural land is a land pollution. So exact definition we'll see here. Land pollution is the demolitions of Earth's land surface, often caused by the human activity and their misuse of land resources. It occurs when waste is not disposed properly. Okay, in earlier photograph only we've seen that every mixed garbage is thrown on the surface of earth, that is on the land. But if it is treated properly, that could have been reused or decomposed in a proper way. So this is the major point here. The waste is not disposed properly. Then urbanization and industrialization are major causes of land pollution. Urbanization, the increasing city size and the garbage produced in that cities, then the industrialization, the waste product of industry, which is not always they can able to release into the river. Such solid garbage they throw somewhere on a land in a distant places, and that causes major land pollutions. Then causes of land pollutions are four main causes are constructions, agriculture and domestic waste and industrial waste. Now see, construction waste is major problem in the city because we see that lot many smaller plots are now being under constructions and they excavate lot of soil, and after finishing of that apartment or building, lot many debris forms. That debris is either dumped into some another excavations, or that is directly thrown unnoticed on the side of a road or distant places in a nearby city. That is the how land pollution occurs because of constructions. Then the gypsum or POP, which is a kind of a pollutant. If they throw that POP on a soil surface, land surface, that land become infertile. So agriculture also causes the land pollutions in how the excessive use of herbicides in agriculture make that land unfertile. Then domestic waste directly released over the soil or the garbage thrown on the different locations in a city, you can see that is the land pollution source is a domestic. And the industrial waste, not many unwanted byproducts of industry they throw on the land, which is not being able to dissolve in a water or thrown into the river. So this is how the garbage of constructions. After finishing of a building, this material is of no use and this material is dumped somewhere. So building take up the resources and lands. The trees are chopped down and used to make buildings, and that takes away the places for animals and other organisms to live. That is one another aspect of these constructions and land pollution is the lands building constructions continuously occupying the normal natural land which is earlier resources or which is earlier the habitat of many animals and organisms. That is the one aspect, and throwing this garbage of constructions on the land is another aspect of land pollution. Then agriculture, as there are more and more people inhabiting the earth, food is in higher demand, and so the forests are chopped down and turned into the farmland. So making a land for agriculture is one kind of a pollution. In addition, use of these herbicides, pesticides, chemical, artificial fertilizers, chemical manures, animal manures, they are washed into the soil and pollute it. Continuous leaching of these herbicides destroy the normal natural weeds, development of natural weeds, which is sometimes also habitat of some insects or some organisms. So use of these pesticides, herbicides in a soil causes uh, really damage into the agriculture field and the land pollutions. Domestic waste, the tons of domestic waste is dumped every year, every day. Some waste forms, homes and offices, industries can be recycled or burned into the incinerators. So domestic waste, not necessary that we should dump that domestic waste somewhere outside of a city and make a heap of garbage. But carefully, if we sorted that domestic waste, we can recycle it or we can incinerate it. We can burn it carefully. There is a still a lot of garbage, such as refrigerators and washing machines, that are dumped in landfill simply because they cannot be reused in any way nor recycled. So you can see here a lot of electronic waste accumulated, and nobody tries to break that electronic machines, washing machine, refrigerator, like of things, and separate their parts and separately recycle that parts. They directly dump over the ground, and that increases the size of this domestic waste. In industrial waste is the plastic factories, chemical plants, oil refineries, nuclear waste disposal activities, large animal farms, coal-fired power plants, metal production factories, and other heavy industries all contribute to the land pollution. You must have heard about the sugar industry waste, that muddy slurry, that is called as a muddy in Marathi. So they release that waste slurry on the soil land surfaces, and that slurry covers lot of area of land surface which become infertile and of no use thereafter. Same way, these coal-fired power plants, they release their ash over the large area of a land, and they make that land infertile. Metal production factories, they release lot of the waste water, grease, oil over the land, and that cause land pollution. Now, next aspect of this pollution, environmental pollution, is noise pollution. In earlier topics, we have seen the water pollution, air pollution, then land pollution, and now we'll see noise pollution. Here again we have separate detailed topic on noise pollution, which you will see after few slides. You will get after few lectures. You will come across the detailed discussions of noise pollution. There will discuss the more aspect of what exactly the noise and physics of a noise and the sound. So here, just for introduction purpose, a type of pollution as a noise pollution. Here, what how you will define the noise pollution is excessive, displeasing, human, animal, or machine created environmental noise that disrupts the activity or balance of human or animal life. Now, the source of noise pollution is expected from human, sometime barking of dogs at the night, heavy barking of dogs at the night, or the cows or other animals, creeping sounds of animals. That is also a component in a noise pollution, or uh, high pitch sound of a human, quarreling sound of a human. Uh, you can imagine the human sounds that leads to the noise pollutions. Thereafter, machine created environmental noise. Machine created noise means if you have a nearby construction going on, and that construction machinery, the excavators or JCB or some digger or some mixer kind of a machinery employed on the construction sites, that creates lot of noise, which leads to the noise pollutions. And the impact of these all activity is disruptions to the normal balance human animal life. You can imagine the how we get disturbed because of heavy noise, and that disturbs then lead to the many consequences. Your conflict, it disrupt your concentrations, it reduce your productivity, and it to cause you stress, cause discomfort in your intelligent brain activities, and many more things happens to disturbs our human life. Sound becomes undesirable when it disturbs the normal activities such as working, sleeping, and during conversations. Now, when you see that the two people are talking with each other, conversing to each other, if the surrounding sound is very high, they have to raise their voice and they have to spend more energy to talk. Even you may have experienced this in a nearby class. If you have generator fixed nearby college or nearby classes going on, that because of the heavy noise of a generator, the teachers have to raise his voice to deliver the lectures, and students have to give more stress to concentrate to listen what the teacher is saying. So that is a noise pollution. You will have a live example of generator noise in any school or colleges where the classes are going, and on the other side there is a heavy noise of generators going on. World Health Organization stated that noise must be recognized as a major threat to human well-being. Noise don't impact directly on your well-being, but indirectly it causes very heavy losses that we'll see in our specialized lecture in noise pollution. Now, sources of noise pollution, transportation systems are the main sources of noise pollution, construction, building, highways, industrial noise. Then this very interesting thing is our festivals and celebrations cause heavy loudspeaker noise. And DJ is a source of this noise pollution, but we enjoy that. That could be the effect of noise pollution then. Okay, so effect of noise pollution, what happens? Direct link between the noise and health. Okay, that is obvious. We have experienced that. This damage our physiological and psychological health. It increase your blood pressure, stress related illness, sleep disruption, hearing loss, productivity loss, and much more things. We already, every one of we have experienced this impact of noise pollutions. Then memory loss, severe depressions, panic attacks, everything is very commonly we experience with the noise pollution. The solution is what? There are many, but we don't want to try. We don't want to shut down that TJ thing. We don't. We always want large sound in a celebration, though we know that this noise is disrupting somebody. Okay, so planting bushes and trees in around the sound generating sources is effective solution for noise pollution. So between the roads, around the roads, if we planted tree, that will reduce the traffic noise. Then regular servicing and tuning of automobiles so that our vehicle create less noise. Then social awareness program, educating the people that noise really harm our health, and workers should be provided with equipment such as in an industry that work workers should provided with the ear guards and the plugs to reduce the hearing damage. Then lubrications in industry machinery servicing should be there. Soundproof door windows should be installed. Nowadays, every one of us we have that soundproof aluminum sliding windows, but we can more research on that windows and we can make them more soundproof if we require. Then location of these factories and industries should be very far away from the cities or residential areas. Then use of loudspeaker, no need to talk on that loudspeaker because we even afraid to say anything about the this DJ and loudspeaker because anyone can fight with us if we start saying that you reduce the sound. Ways to stop pollution. We believe that it is a responsible things to do to increase recycling. Now we have seen lot many different types of pollutions. Now what are the ways to reduce recycle, responsible disposal of a waste? Then if we take consent of every pollutant we produce, we can reduce the pollution. Okay, global warming and the greenhouse effect. These two terms you will come across in some of next lectures. Greenhouse effect when because of excess CO2 accumulations in a soil, there is an increased temperatures of earth. That is a greenhouse effect, and many such things lead to the global warming, entire heating up of earth, and that leads to the melting of ice cap, and that lead to the increased level of seawater. So difference between global warming and the greenhouse effect. Global warming refers to the rise in a temperature of surface of the earth, whereas greenhouse effect is a process by which the thermal radiations from the planetary surface is absorbed by atmospheric greenhouse gases and is radiated in all directions. So you can see the difference. Greenhouse effect is very long term and it causing its way of impact is very high, whereas global warming is overall temperature is rising of earth. Now what happened because of this global warming? Here you can see the two photograph of the same site in Alaska. Here they are showing the glacier from the Alaska in 1914. See, lot of area is covered with the ice, and today because of global warming, greenhouse gas effect, increased temperature of earth, that ice get melted and now there is a water flowing and water flows away and reach to the sea, and that lead to the increased level of the sea. Now here in a Colorado river also you can see the increase heavy melting of snow, and the rivers started flowing heavily, but later on because of increased temperature there is a less raining and the river started shrinking. So we must stop pollution somehow. Here are some steps we can follow to stop pollutions overall. Use alternate means of transportations. Don't use cars or these vehicles which are running on fossil fuels, but you start searching for some ways which are eco-friendly. Buy local foods and avoid factory farm meat. See, these vegetables take less energy to grow rather than the farm made meat. To raise these meat animals, livestock, we have to invest lot of money nature and ecological things rather than growing this vegetable. Then reduce your waste. Try to avoid such kind of excessive waste. See that we should use paper very carefully and we should reduce your electricity consumptions. We should have constructed buildings so that maximum light can enter and we don't need any light source. Then plant shady trees which reduce the heating up of earth. Use fewer chemicals. These chemicals solvents are a source of pollutions, air pollutions. They evaporate and they goes in a nature environment, that is a organic volatile substances. Then if we find some leakages in pipe, conserve that water, not making a jugaad but replacing it properly. Then if you learn about a major polluter in your area, tell your friends about that, discuss it openly, circulate it on social media and try to reduce that pollutions. Joins to some environmental groups, NGOs for cleaning our earth. Clean people mind, clean mind, clean people can clean environment.